Hi there, are you hyped? Got your tea?
Ah, yes, indeed, the tea. You must have a cup of tea.
Ready? Let's go. Today, we'll talk about critical thinking interview questions and copywriting for recruiters. Welcome back to the Tea on Recruiting, where we share insightful and thought-provoking content that can help you shape your recruiting career. Let's check out the first article I picked. If the role you're hiring for requires precise and rational decision-making skills, then you need to recur to critical thinking interview questions. And that is why we read 13 critical thinking interview questions to use in 2021. Hear us out. When it comes to brain teaser questions, all they do is stress out and confuse the heck out of your candidates, and they might lead them to question your authenticity and even their life decisions. Tailor your critical thinking questions to the role and to the company. And while you're defining what you're going to ask, you might want to surround yourself with the entire hiring team, not just the hiring manager, because you want to make sure that your odds are pretty high when it comes to covering everything you need to. Now, on to the questions. We're not going to share them all, but here are some interesting things you could be asking your job applicants. There's a free rider on your team and it's impacting productivity. How do you approach that? When you're a team of specialists, it's easy to find differences of opinion when it comes to defining the direction the projects should take. How do you find consensus? Your manager is inclined to shift blame and avoid responsibility when under pressure. How do you approach that? When you have to make a decision based on incomplete information, how do you go around it? We hope this inspired you to better understand how to assess your talent. And now, on to the piece of content number 2. Recruitment marketing is a must for talent acquisition professionals to master nowadays. What is it? Well, it's a mix of building compelling online content, creating your employer branding narrative, measuring success, managing a project, focusing on relationships. Now, copywriting is at the very core of recruitment marketing. It helps you write engaging content, which in turn you can use for your job descriptions, for your career website, for your blog posts, and so on and so forth. Now, let's see what are the most relevant points made in the article, Using Copy to Attract Top Talent. So, for starters, something you should never forget is your copy should always keep the tone of voice of the company, resonate with the intended audience to attract the top talent you need, and tell a story. How do you proceed? There are 5 steps to recruitment copywriting. First of all, you need to build a style. Your tone of voice will need to be distinctive and it will be reflective of your company culture. So it's important for you to understand what's the right tone of voice that you should use when you're engaging with your candidates. Measure your results. And when it comes to making decisions based on this, you shouldn't limit yourself to replicating the content that performs well in terms of number of applicants. You should also think about the quality of the talent that's applying for your vacancy. Point number 3, know your audience. For this step, it's important to build a candidate persona, much like this. Be concise. The attention span of millennials is 12 seconds. For Gen Z, it's 8 seconds. That's all you got. And that's why it's so important for you to remember that paragraph division, sentence structure, italic, and underlining are such powerful tools. And finally, and this is very important, always start with the user. SEO optimization is important, yes, but ultimately, what's going to drive your conversion rate is how your job description resonates with your potential audience. And now you should be better equipped to deal with copywriting. Are you ready for the Candy Crash? Let's go.
Let's go, girls.
Candy Crash. The more barbaric your treatment of candidates, the more demonic the reviews on your Glassdoor page.
Marco!
Paulo!
Marco!
Paulo!
Shout out to a company I won't name. Let me see if I got this right. So you reach out to the candidate and you schedule a phone call. Then you ask your candidate to reschedule the phone call. On the day the call's supposed to be made, You tell the candidate their phone was unreachable. They call you back, but you don't pick up. The candidate never really got a call from you and their voicemail is empty. But finally, you reschedule, the candidate talks to you, and you tell them that you will have someone from the team schedule an interview with you in 2 weeks. And nobody calls the candidate. And then the candidate sends you an email and you tell them that you'll remind the team. And then nothing. And then they send you another email and the result is nothing. Nada. Niente. Rien. Nix. I don't know who hurt you, but this is a whole new level of ghosting and little mind games. Jeremy, get out of here. Got something to say about this? Drop a comment in the section below. We'd love to pick your brains. Help us get better at helping you get better with your help. If you like these episodes, you might want to get access to the new ones 48 hours before anyone else. We're gonna deliver them straight to your inbox with more amazing content. All you need to do is subscribe to our newsletter. You're gonna find it linked below or at start.com/newsletter. Thank you for watching this episode of the Teen Recruiting. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. And well, take care and see you soon.